Good morning. How are you all today? Welcome to Integrative Preparedness. Hope you're having a good one. Grab yourself a cup of whatever you drink, and let's talk about the dangers that are facing us here in our country and around the world today. And I think that they're growing. I put up a video yesterday about the potential for a global race war. I was shocked at the comments. I'll be honest with you. I was shocked that I didn't get more hate. I thought I was going to get a lot of hate out of it, and I didn't. I got three negative comments out of all of them, which amazed me. And they were all by the same fool who obviously didn't know, either trying to start stuff or didn't know what he was talking about. And usually those two fall into the same category. Most people who want to start trouble don't know what they're talking about, right? So I want to talk about the dangers that are facing you as a preparedness-minded person, hopefully a PMP, or if you're still a prepper and you're moving up to the PMP ranks, congratulations. But I want to talk about the dangers there. Before we get to that, I want to remind you that this, as all of my videos, are brought to you by the Stonem Series, my series of books of the complete plan for preparing for, surviving, and rebuilding after a total collapse of everything. In this case, it's a global CME. It's a story of a prepared family who, as a result of their preparedness, is able to not only continue to live well through, the collapse, but are able to help other people and then start rebuilding community the way it ought to be, not the way that our society has collapsed into, right? And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but there's a couple ways for you to get them. Through Amazon. You can always get them through Amazon. The link's down below. A better way is through me directly. I love it when you do that because I get to sign them for you and write a little note in there to you. And we give you a discount when you buy the whole set. You can't buy the whole set through Amazon. You can only do it through us, and we're able to give you a discount when you do that because we save money on our end and shipping and handling and all that. We pass it on to you. Plus, I toss in the Stonem notebook for you, and you'll like that. I should probably start off with this, reminding you of something. On the Patreon channel, I always start off the day with a saying, a verse of scripture or something to get us started on the day right. And so I want to read to you what's on the cover of the Stonem notebook, and it says, "Commit thy works unto the Lord, and thy thoughts shall be established," which means commit your work to the Lord and your plans will succeed according to his will, not according to ours, right? We can't say, "Lord, I really like that red Corvette out there. I'd sure like it, and so I commit it to you." No, that's not the way it works. But anyway, you can order these from now. Do have a warning. If you order them from me, it takes a while for me to get them to you because we are running so far behind. We've had so many orders over the last month or so. We're just now getting to fill those orders that came in a while back. It takes us a while to catch up. If you're willing to wait, and I hope that you will, because I love to send them to you directly from me, but you're going to have to wait a few weeks to get them simply because they are selling out. They're selling so fast. We can't keep up with the orders coming in. I thank the Lord for all those blessings that he's given me in that perspective, and I hope that he will give you the patience in waiting for them if you'd like to get them through me, and I hope that you do. And that link is down below, stonemont.us. Okay, so yesterday I put up this video about warning against the possibility of global race war, and I was surprised, as I said, that I didn't get a whole lot of hate for it. But if you haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It's yesterday's. And I was amazed at all. I had so many comments. They were all positive. I used the example of what's going on with South Africa. And the little meeting where Trump spanked the South African president, right? Yesterday, who was denying all the murders of all the white farmers in South Africa. And Trump took it to him. Show the receipts, as they say. There are a lot of people out there covering that stuff, and I encourage you to watch. If you're interested in this, and you should be, I encourage you to watch a channel called Modi Speaks. It's a young black African woman who is telling the truth about the racial hatred over there. And then also Brandon Tatum, under Officer Tatum. He is covering this a lot. So I got a call this morning. I've sent a lot of things to my buddy that I told you about. Kind of brought up to me the the fact that there is a lot of racial hatred building in the United States, in the black community, for against whites. Okay, and my concern is that and my concern is kind of, well, it was, and I shouldn't say it's a concern, or maybe I should say it's a concern, but not a worry. I have always thought, hey, the sleeping giant's going to wake sometime, and and that's what I expressed to him. And the comments in yesterday's uh, video bore this out. So many people saying we're sick of this stuff. We're sick of this. The whites being made out to be evil and the devil, and we've victimized everybody in the world. When actually we've helped everybody in the world. You know, but he called me this morning because he watched a lot of these things. He hadn't really been aware of a lot of these other things, and I said my question, my concern, and my real worry here is that there is a, I can't even say this. I'm not sure if I can say this on this platform. I'd better step off. Okay, I want to address the dangers of what's happening. Okay, but I want to say this too. I'm going to put yesterday's video over on the American Revival channel. I haven't done anything on that channel for a while. It just didn't hit me that anything needed to be done over there for a while. But this does, because this is a developing situation that I want to be able to put this information out. It's really not that appropriate on a preparedness channel, but what's happening with the racial tension, with the potential racial violence that I think very possibly could come to us, I need to be able to say some things that I just don't think are appropriate on a preparedness channel. And so I'm putting that over there, and I'm going to put a lot of this other stuff on the American Revival Patreon page for channel for you all, if you want to access all these other uh, videos from other channels, so that you can see. You need to be aware of that. So I would say, if you're not with us on American Revival, come on over and join that. Subscribe to that. I don't put a lot up over there, but you'll get, subscribe so that when I do put something up, and I'll probably be putting up more now, when I do put something up, you'll get an alert and you'll be able to watch it. Now let's get this back to what the topic is here on this channel, and that is preparedness. I saw of course, I saw the doom and gloom titles from other channels today. Doom and gloom, and what is that hee-haw thing? Doom, despair, and agony on me. Deep, dark depression. Something misery. If it weren't for bad luck, I'd have no luck at all. Doom, despair, agony on me. You remember that hee-haw? I wasn't going to try to sing it. I wouldn't subject you to that. I think I got most of the words right. Well, you know what? That's a bunch of junk. That is a bunch of crap. To go through your life always in a doom mindset. Yeah, I mean, you're destroying your life now. Okay? You are ruining your life now if you are just consumed with the doom. A doom consume, right? Now, you're supposed to be positive. Okay? The good Lord says, I gave you this life. Get up and do something with it. Don't wallow around and go, oh my gosh, things are terrible and the economy's bad and I'm this and that. Whining and singing the blues. For a people who promote themselves as being so self-reliant, I've never seen such a bunch of whiners as I see among some prepper channels. Anyway, let's get back to this. These rising racial tensions do present a clear and present danger to you, and it doesn't matter where you live. Okay, I want to make that clear. The hatred that can erupt between people has to, well, it's not going to stop. I was going to say it has to stop. No, it does. It's never going to stop. It has always been there. There has always been hatred, or to one degree or another, uh, between different groups, people who are different, right? Okay, I'm just listening to some voices out there. Okay, it's always been there. It's not going away. I mean, even on this channel, I see sometimes uh, uh, people come on for whatever reason. I don't know. People that come on and tell and say, people in the cities. Okay, the old country mouse, city mouse thing. People in the cities are stupid and they don't. Why? Why? I don't get it. Why would somebody say that? They don't know what they're doing. They're going to be the first to die. They're going to be that. If you send your kid to public schools, you hate your kids. Do you see what I'm talking about here? Even in a community that considers itself to be self-reliant and helpful to other people, I see that kind of prejudice and bigotry against other people. I don't see it the other way. I'll be honest with that. I gotta say that honestly. I have never seen anybody, and I've never said it here, that anybody living in the country is stupid, because I don't think they are. I think living in the country is great if you want to do it. Okay, but I see it from the other direction. But that shows you the inclination of certain people to want to put down others who don't live life the way they do, and so therefore think everybody else should, right? That's the low end of the bar. The high end of the bar are when it gets to racial tensions. Now, on the other channel, I will be talking about more and more, because I got a lot in here I've been keeping in, and I have a lot of experience with this, guys. I really do. And I need to talk about, I need to let it out. And so I will over there. But here, the important thing to keep in mind is that there is a building racial tension. South Africa shows us the upper end of it. Not by any means as far as it can go, but it shows an upper end of where whites have been slaughtered for the last 40 years because they're white. Their land's taken, and not just killed. As a matter of fact, I'll probably put one up on the American Reversion or American Revival channel from Modi Speaks, and she talks about these people aren't just killed. The gangs come out at night. The African gangs come out at night, or sometimes during the day, to these remote farms, remote farmsteads. Guys who live in the country, please be careful. I'm not putting you down for living in the country. I'm saying you have to be careful. And you have to realize that these things can happen anywhere, and you are your own backup on this, okay? Well, they come out, they don't just shoot the people in the head, they torture them, they murder them, okay? They hack them to death with machetes. They cut off their genitals with machetes. They kill little kids, 2-year-olds. They slice open. I'm not even going to get it. I can't describe it. They'll probably take this down, okay? I'll probably even get a banner on this, because I noticed that some others have. I think Tatum has done this. The YouTube gave him a banner for the white genocide conspiracy theory. Guys, it's not a theory. It is a conspiracy, but it ain't a theory. And Trump made South African president. Well, he spanked him good with that truth. But here's what you need to do. You need to understand that this, whether you see it or not, this is growing in the United States, okay? And too many people, and I've seen the comments, and people have a tendency to think that whatever they see in their own little world is what is in the world, okay? Well, I don't know anybody like this, and so they think that means there's nobody like that. No, it means you don't know anybody like that, okay? And you don't know that many people. I mean, I know a lot of people, but I don't know that many people compared to how many people there are, right? That's what I'm saying. You have to be aware that these things are always dangerous. That's why people from the country say, I wouldn't go into the city. Well, I don't blame you. If you're not used to the city, it's like somebody that's not used to the jungle going into the jungle. Don't go, okay? You're not going to be ready for it. So stay safe, stay out there. But realize that this stuff, if it grows, is going to be a danger, a growing danger for everybody. So you need to keep that in mind. We have people within our own country, within our own government, trying to stir the racial hatred. And there is no hatred worse than racial or religious hatred. Okay, I mean that is a hot one. And that this stuff can flash at any moment. So ask yourself this: are you prepared for if and when it happens? And what I mean by that, you don't need me to go into detail. I know that people on other channels love going, well, what exactly should I put in my car? This channel is for smarter people, right? I give you the concepts, I give you the ideas, I give you the direction. I try to inform of dangers. Then you all know what you need to do. I know one of these days I have to get around to my bag system and what I keep in my cars and everything like that. Keep the basic stuff, okay? You should have everything you need in your vehicles in order to get home safely from wherever you are. That means a spare tire, a tire tool, a jack, full tank of gas, and defensive tools. Simple as that. And you should be aware of wherever you are, okay? And assume that there is no place that is 100% safe. Now, I know places where I think is 99% safe, and places that I think is maybe only 1% safe. And then every place else is in between. But realize you don't know what's happening in the world around you at any given moment. Things happen. What if you're at home? Are you able to repel an attack? The chances are it's not going to happen to you. What if it does? Think about that for a moment. What if it does? It doesn't happen to a large percentage of people, but it happens to 100% of those who it happens to. Think about that. You could be among those. What is it that makes you special or me special that says it's not going to happen to us, right? Nothing. Luck of the draw. You need to be able to defend yourself in your home against violent attacks, okay? Violent incursions, home invasions. I will do probably another one on that, home invasions. I've done them before. I'll do another one on Patreon. You need to be able to have everything where you work. Is that an office? Is that a job site? Is that, wherever it is? Do you have the things there that you need to defend yourself against attacks? And then get yourself home safely. Think about those things. But the fact of the matter is that these things, these hatreds, are growing in certain segments of our society. Hopefully not yours. Hopefully not among the people you know. But I urge you, don't let that give you a false sense of security. Just because you don't know people like this, don't let that make you think that nobody else does, because they do, and they're out there, and they are growing, and the flames are being fanned by the people who want this to erupt. And if and when it does, I don't want you to be a victim of it. I don't want me to be a victim of it. Okay, so the first premise of preparedness is understanding that anything can happen to anyone at any time, anywhere. And it's your responsibility to prepare yourself to deal with it. Okay? This is the danger, I think, that more people need to realize. Forget about Russia, Ukraine, forget about Israel, Iran, forget about China, Taiwan, tariffs, all this kind of stuff, all the things they want you to worry about. Forget about Epstein. You have a fire growing in your country. You may not be able to put it out, but you need to be able to protect yourself from it if it gets too close to you. Okay? That's preparedness. And I think you should take it seriously. I am. Okay? Before I let you go, just a reminder again, if you want the complete plan for preparing for, surviving, and rebuilding after a total collapse of everything, this is it, the Stonem Series. Order them through Amazon or directly from me through stonemont.us. Amazon will get them to you real quick. I'll get them to you not quick. We'll get them to you as soon as we can, but it's going to be several weeks probably. But I love signing them for you and writing a note in there to you and all of that. So for those of you who are more interested in this, by the way, thank you for everybody who left comments on yesterday's video. I even had some people. We had one guy said he is from South Africa. He remembers that. I had so many people thank me for bringing this up. Nobody will talk about this because, can't talk about that, right? Now we're going to talk about it over on American Revival. So join us over there if you're not already with us, and we'll talk more about that. And as far as this is concerned, Semper Paratus, always ready. We prepare well today in order to live well tomorrow, and I'll talk to you later.